right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another exciting episode of the Jrod Pod. Now, today we have two very special guests. As you can see, Jigsaw is back in the house, if you can see him, in the pod, I mean. And then this is a dear old friend and a tutor of mine, and a friend of mine's older sister, Emily Freiburger.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. So how you doing, Emily? I feel like I haven't seen you since you tutored me. Back when I was
2 years ago.
2 years ago when I was running wild. Yeah.
I'm good. I think this is the most wild experience that I've been on in a while. Since I've been locked up in my house all of 2020.
Right. Yeah, I mean, how's that been for you? I feel like for a lot of people, they've been going nuts, doing a lot of drugs, getting fucked up, you know.
I mean, what else is there to do? But I mean, you see it everywhere, right? On TikTok, on Facebook, everyone's wine drunk this year. That's just how it is. But no, I've been doing good. I got a new job in the middle of the pandemic, so that was a bit risky, but it was worth it.
Where at? Oh wait, actually, you don't have to say. Never mind.
Oh yeah, I'm just a company. A popular company.
A company that makes bank that will fuck you. All right.
Yeah, that's right. And I also made a move, for that job, and have just been trying to keep sane, in the midst of all this stuff. Yeah, making moves, but also I don't know, trying to process that while not being able to go outside.
Right. Do you ever feel like you're going insane just sitting in here or sitting in your place all day?
Yeah, I sit at my dining room table to work, and it's it's really isolating sometimes, where I just feel like I'm living inside a cereal box because my apartment's too big to be called a shoebox. Let's be honest.
Right.
Back to that making bank statement.
Right. No, I feel that, dude. Sometimes this fucking asshole above me, he'll be doing P90X or whatever it is, where you're working out in your living room.
Yeah.
And he won't fucking shut up. And as you can see, and then you know what? We'll put a picture right here so you guys can see too. But there's you can't see because the fan's going, but there's cracks in the ceiling.
Oh no, he's
jumping up and down doing
I don't know. Heavy?
He must be, because, well, put it this way, I one day I just was like, all right, this is enough. Oh look, he's dipping his hand in your water.
Oh no.
The little sneaky fuck.
Litter paws.
Gosh damn it, Jigsaw.
That's okay. I have coffee.
We'll get you another cup of water.
Okay.
Look at him.
Okay.
He's such a jughead. But yeah, so I end up going upstairs and I knock on the door and I'm like, listen, man, I don't know what you're doing, but you got to stop. And I showed him a picture. He's like, oh, man. And I'm like, yeah, can you stop?
You told him?
Fuck yeah. I mean,
is he heavy? Is he a big guy? Or is he just a muscular
all I'm asking
guy?
is that he does that over there. You know what I mean? Where there's not a ceiling fan. Because he's breaking my ceiling fan. And honestly, well, actually, you know what? If he did start doing it over there, I'd still go up there and I'd be a jerk. But that's his own fault for not having the dedication to go outside and do his P90X. Instead, disturb his neighbors, disturb me. And you know what I've been doing lately? Just because he still does it. So I'll go grab my broom, and I'll bang it like I'm in some New York City, shit. Yeah.
I've literally done that to a Russian family that used to live in a studio or the apartment above my ex-boyfriend's studio. I literally was like, that's it. And I get up and I go to the utility closet and I grab a broom and just start whapping the ceiling. And he's like, what the hell are you doing? And I'm like, I grew up in a toxic household.
Where I feel that, dude. Where was that? Where was the studio apartment?
Oh, that was in East Lansing when he was going to MSU.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I went to Michigan State University, if you guys didn't
So you
know.
went there too?
Yes. That's where we met. Well, we met online, but yeah.
Got you. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Do you miss it at all?
I kind of do, but I also live there near the campus because, I waited until he graduated to move with him. We recently broke up. Right. Spoilers. But yeah, I mean, I liked it until I graduated and moved back and all my friends had left. That's when I stopped liking it. And it's a cute little city and stuff, but there's just not a lot to do. You know, it's not Ann Arbor.
Right. I mean, there's not much to do in Ypsilanti either, except for Ann Arbor is 10 minutes that way. But
yeah, he's so cute. I can't stop staring at your cat. I'm sorry.
Because he's such a nuisance. Oh no, it's not your fault. It's his fault. And this is a lesson that we commonly bring up on the Jrod Pod, that this guy is actually purposely sabotaging our whole setup here. So we just need to ignore him.
He's just doing his thing. Sorry.
No, he's a loser. You're a loser, Jigsaw. and we'll put a picture right here so everyone can see. That's
He's
kind
a
of
chonky boy.
Oh, he's the chunkiest. We hate him. But yeah, so so did you meet your boyfriend on Tinder?
Yes, I did.
Was that before or after? Yeah, some weird shit, some weird Tinder dates.
Yes, he was the last one, and now I'm gonna have to go back into the abyss. I'm sure people listening like know that.
Oh, you're
feeling.
diving back in?
Well, not yet. No, not yet. No. I think I'm gonna wait until like you can at least sit outside at a restaurant and it's not 20 degrees.
Right.
It's like 30
Right.
degrees now in Michigan, and they're like, oh, you can eat outside. That's our COVID regulation. Like, who's gonna sit out there in a puffy coat with cold food?
My dad would do that.
Yeah, he totally would.
My dad and mom do that, actually, I think. But yeah.
I could see him with like a cold beer and just being
Cold
like,
beer,
this is how it
pointy
is.
hat, and we'll put a picture. Cold beer, pointy hat, North Face coat, same jeans he's been wearing
Like
forever.
frost on his beard.
Frost,
and he would be like,
frost on his beard. Maybe a little paint because he paints. Yeah.
yeah, totally. I could see it in like a raggedy shirt with
Like
like
this
a
guy.
Carhartt.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he would look exactly like that, but like less. I was gonna say less adorable, but your dad is pretty like cute, like in terms of like being quirky, not like a dilf. Sorry, Mr. Rodriguez. I don't know where that tangent went.
Okay, well, I mean, yeah, you know, what is the difference between someone that's cute and then someone, you know, that's like a dilf?
I think one is having like
Or
silver
like even,
hair.
or not even like, okay, to even make it broader, what's the difference between like, oh yeah, she's kind of cute, or he's kind of cute, versus, oh wow, he's sexy. Look at him. Look at her.
I think one is like at least for your dad, is like you're my friend, you know, and like I can't, you know, that's like weird. And I don't get people who like are like, oh my gosh, my friend's dad is so hot, unless he's like actually a silver fox. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like who's a silver fox? George Clooney.
Yeah, that's like the one I was thinking.
He's like
the pinnacle of silver
I've
foxes.
seen some things about Steve Carell. But I think, here's
Carell.
the thing. I've seen articles, and here's the thing. I think they deem him the silver fox because he's so lovable since of his role from The Office. And so him trying for the silver fox thing is kind of cute. It's like, oh.
It's kind of working for him.
Yeah,
because he has
it's
such
like a cute little
cult
silver
following.
fox. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, I could see that. Yeah, I think the cuteness factor versus like hot factor really boils down to like having a baby face.
Oh,
and
yeah.
also like being a big sweetheart.
Right.
You know,
right.
like if you are like always thoughtful for other people, you're going to be more deemed as cute.
Right.
Unless like, oh,
yeah, because that's so weird you bring that up, because there's like, it's like there's some people that are attracted to other people because they're not like that. They're like douchebags.
they're toxic.
They're toxic. Yes, they're
know.
toxic.
Yeah, I was going to say like relatable.
Yeah, I mean, is that what, I mean, we don't have to go into it, but I'm just going to pose a question, but we don't have to go into it, of course, and we can edit this out, as always, on the Jrod Pod, because that's what we do, because we care about our guests. But was your boyfriend toxic or something? Is that what you meant by relatable? Or like you've been in relatable situations?
Relatable situations.
Gotcha.
I would say he's like less toxic than me, like my current ex-boyfriend.
Oh,
Other
really?
ex-boyfriends, I don't know. Like I think everyone's a bit toxic. That's like the most
yeah.
politician answer I could give. But I think
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
is a bit toxic, and I'm not gonna like trash talk anybody, and maybe we should
Oh,
cut this
yeah.
part out.
Oh yeah, no, we definitely will. Maybe. No, I'm kidding. We will. But yeah, dude. I mean, yeah. There's it's weird because I feel like in, you know, any relationship there is always like someone that seems like they're the victim, and then the other person's like the aggressor or whatever. Or I don't know what the word would be for that. You know what I mean?
Like there's like a submissive and dominant in a relationship.
Well, yes, but also like, well, even farther than that, like past like that, like more so like someone's just a fucking dick, and then the other person's like a
the
victim,
instigator.
like a victim. But then it's like
Instigator.
it gets to a point where it's like, you know, maybe at one point someone was the instigator, but that person that was always the victim is now trying to always, you know, like everything that person, that the instigator says now, like instigates them. So then maybe they start to instigate the other person.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
so then
They
it's
get
just a
really
cycle.
like, yeah, they like start to feed the toxicity.
Yeah,
loop.
and then they both become toxic. So things to look out for, people. Jrod Podians.
Giving good life advice over here. Don't be toxic.
That's what we do.
Go to counseling, honestly.
Yes.
I think we all need to go to counseling right now. And it's virtual, so it hasn't
That is
stopped.
true, yeah. I've seen a lot of ads for like those virtual therapist people.
Oops, I'm just like clinking things. Sorry.
No, it's all right, dude. So have you seen those monoliths?
What is that?
Metal structures that are just in the ground.
What are those?
Do you know what I'm talking about? The one
it's like
that
a
was in
triangle,
Utah?
right?
Yes,
it's like
yes.
a triangle. It's like a cylindrical looking triangle thing.
Yes.
Like what?
So there's one in Utah, or there was, and then there's one in Romania, and now there's one in California. The one in Utah has disappeared.
Wasn't it replaced by something?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
But they did find a bunch of shit, human shit, around it for some reason.
Imagine everyone hike to this thing and just be like, I'm going to take a
random?
shit on it. There's nothing else I can do other than take a picture.
It was the only remnants. Isn't that like, what the fuck? Like,
The aliens are mocking us now.
Well, they have pictures. They have pictures of the guys removing the monolith. And they were these two guys in these green, like, it looks like, maybe they, like, could be plumbers wearing a green, uniform. It's like a full thing. But it was so, like, who are these guys? Like, they just come, they remove this thing. And apparently they were saying to the people that took the thing of them, they were saying there is only one God, something about, but they were reciting like Christian shit, right?
Okay.
But it was weird because they were like, it was very hateful apparently. Like the way they were saying, I'll put the article thing here so you guys can, shift through my bullshit, but yeah, it was very strange. It was a very strange thing. And I was thinking,
Weird.
what if extraterrestrials were to come, like maybe they were like, okay, people discovered this thing. We need to get this little satellite of ours out of here. So we're just going to go in there and act like we're crazy, like Trump supporters or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're like,
that's a great excuse.
yeah, they're like, have you seen what's going on social media? Like, obviously,
Right.
that's the target audience.
Right. That's exactly who would probably do, like, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't think anyone would be crazy enough.
No, I'm
That's
just
just
joking. That's
weird.
rude.
Like,
No.
who would do that,
Yeah, I think. Sorry, maybe we should cut that part out. I'm like getting nervous.
Don't worry, dude. Well, this table is also way too far over, actually.
Oh, I think I just need to like shift my feet. I keep like I think it's like sturdier than it is. I think that's the problem.
Oh, it's sturdy. This thing's been through shit. All
Yeah.
right.
Sorry. Okay, let's like get back into it.
Oh, it's all right. We're all about awkwardness on the Jrod Pod. Okay.
I'm really good at doing that. So
Good. That's what we want. So, but with the monoliths, and then the one in Romania, it had a bunch of engravings on it and shit. So, it leads me to ask you, do you think that it's, and I'm going to give you three options. Do you think it's extraterrestrials?
Okay.
Or do you think it's some weird, what are those artists called? The contemporary artists?
Oh.
Who do weird shit? Like,
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
or do you think it, what else could be? Just be some fucking pranksters.
That'd be a really good prank.
It'd be
And it
a
would be like
serious
it's like
prank.
the 2016 clowns. Like who
Yeah.
pulled that
Oh.
off? Can they come out now and tell us like why?
Dude, I forgot about that.
That's like my favorite like I don't know rabbit hole to go down is like the 2016 clowns. And I like know that after like the first 2 or 3 happened, it like became this like meme. But like
Right.
what were the first 2 or 3? And okay, my answer to the question, let me go back because I'm really good at going on tangents, is I think it's like probably the second thing. It's probably like some organized like
Art thing.
yeah, like yeah.
And then after
art
they just
exhibition,
have like,
whatever.
yeah, they're so I could see them being so like trying to be so like artistic about it. They take a video of them all having sex on it after. And
Oh
then
my
they, like,
god.
And then they like stick it in the ground somewhere in like Central
That
Park.
explains all the shit.
Just to make a there you go, dude. Just to make a statement, yeah. I mean, fuck. You never know nowadays. Like everything is times 10.
Yeah, people like take things to a new level now because of the internet.
Yeah, for real. Even being cringy.
Yeah, and like, I never really imagined myself like sitting in front of a microphone like basically talking to myself,
Right,
you
right.
know?
Oh,
And like
yeah,
this
trust
is
me.
just like because of the internet.
Yeah.
Like what an interesting concept. I never thought I would be on a radio show other than like calling in as a kid and like begging them to play like Eminem.
Right, right, right.
Like,
I used to think it'd be so sick for one of my friends to hear me on like 955,
yeah,
98.7.
dude. That was the
Like,
best.
hey,
Like
it's
the rap
Johnny.
channel.
Yeah.
You're
Oh my
like,
gosh. Oh, you want to hear something just so cringy?
yes.
So, you know, Hillside Middle School? That's
Yes.
where we both went to middle school. And and 98.7 was a big like pop station
Yeah, it was
for,
like the station. It like rebranded. It used to be like something else.
yeah, and now it's not even that anymore.
Wow.
It's something even worse. I mean, not that
It
that
was used
was
to be 955 and then 98.7 came along and was like, actually we're going to play like popular music because
right, right.
I think back in the early 2000s it was like it was either rap or like Britney Spears
It was just weird shit.
and or also alternative music,
Yes,
which
yeah.
I was into like all of it,
Like
honestly.
Nickelback
Yeah, and
or
like
some
and then
shit.
Panic at the Disco and Fall Out Boy and like all those like classics
Yeah.
that I'm like still kind of obsessed with.
Really?
Kind of my guilty pleasure to like listen to early 2000s rock music and be like, check yes Julia. Like I don't know, like I'm so edgy and sad but I'm also 25 with a corporate job. Like
Hell
what
yeah.
am I doing?
I mean, dude, think about how many people out there feel that same way, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, and that's like also why I think
It's a
people do
vibe.
ridiculous stuff is like because like think about TikTok, for example. I'm like on like they call it like different talks, right? Like you're like on
Right.
like corporate talk or you're on like I don't know, like problematic talk or something. And it's like it's because it's all so relatable. And that's why
Right.
people like podcasts, that's why people like YouTube because it's like kind of more like down to earth content.
Yeah, I mean, it's just me and you.
Yeah, like
These
it's just like
cats
who am I? Like I'm just this person and I'm like talking to a group of
in a
people.
closet.
Yeah, in a
In a
closet.
closet, guys. This is a closet, if you didn't know.
It doesn't look
And
like it. I
and you know
mean,
what? Right there, we just exposed the Jrod Pod for what it is. But I think you guys will respect it, and I think you
I
guys will also
respect it.
think it's much more authentic now that you know. So, yeah.
It's a vibe, honestly. I'm like so cozy. I used to actually so I grew up in like a 1920s house, you know,
Yeah,
as
I've
like a
been there.
craftsman. Yeah, you've been
I
you've been
slept
to my
there.
house like a million
I
times.
fucking got yelled at by you when me and Christian ran into your room once. I remember.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I
Wow.
remember we were fooling. You know how your guys' room is like right there, and then
Yes.
right next to your room, like yours was kind of down like a little mini hallway, right?
Yeah.
And then right to the if you're looking at your room to the left,
It's like kitty
it's
corner.
Christian and
Nick.
Nick's room. And I remember they had bunk beds, and I don't know
They
why I
still
remember
do.
this so specifically, dude. I remember like me and Christian were goofing around, and we went into your room, and I don't know if you were did you have a desk? Maybe you were at a desk, or you were laying on your bed or something, and then you're like, "Get the fuck out!" And you were so mad, dude. And I remember Christian, like he thought it was so funny, dude, and like him laughing because when we got back to the room, he was like not even
Like
laughing,
wheezing.
yeah, wheezing, like there was no laugh, just him clenching his stomach, and I was like seeing him do that, like I started laughing uncontrollably, you know what I mean? So it's just like,
That's the best kind of laughing though.
yeah, and that's so crazy. It's crazy that I've known you for that long, yet I haven't talked to you since I got tutored 2 years ago, right? Or
It was like
2 or 3 years ago, and then before that, I hadn't talked to you in a few years.
Yeah, we go
either.
like so many years without talking, and I like wonder if it's just because like we have an age gap and like
Oh yeah,
yeah, it's like we
different
just
lives.
yeah, we're like kind of like just in different stages of life, so we don't really cross paths that often.
Oh yeah,
You know?
100%. And I feel like that's how it's become with a lot of my friends. You know what I mean?
Same. It gets worse as you get older, so like stay connected while you can, I guess. Like
Right.
I don't know. A lot of my friends like are starting to move away or like they're getting in really serious relationships or different things. Is that like
You're not gonna hear that.
okay. Sorry.
No, it's all right. It just hurt my feelings a little bit, but whatever.
Oh. So sorry. I'm in your own house disrespecting your house, so
Yeah, it
it's
was very
fine.
disrespectful, and I hope you guys took note of that.
Yeah.
That's strike one.
Oh no.
All right, let's keep going.
Okay, so what was I talking about? Oh, crossing paths. That's right. Yeah, I feel like it gets worse as you get older. You know, you get friends in serious relationships or like they start to get married. Or they like start to have babies.
Are you afraid of marriage?
I'm a little afraid.
Keep talking to the camera. That's annoying me now. It's louder than normal.
Oh no, you're okay.
Keep talking.
But yeah, like I'm a little afraid of getting married, you know. Yeah. Sorry, it just like it really was jarring.
All right, guys, and we are back because you know, I guess my fridge really was bothering Emily, and she really wanted me to fix it. So
yes, it's like that audio, like that clip of that lady being like, "The ghetto," like,
right.
Let's get you a home,
dude, bro. That is what I've said before, and you're the first person to nail it on the spot with exactly what I'm talking about. I always say, doesn't that sound like the analogy I used for it, or like the scenario was, doesn't it remind you of some like you would just hear yelling from across the street in some like rundown area, and someone's like, Randy, the radiator's fucking up again, or something like that, right?
Yes.
Isn't that exact like?
I think that's like literally what's inside a refrigerator. That's really funny.
Yeah, that's just what it always reminded me of. I've said it a few times, and if you're a real loyal listener, you'll know that. And if you don't know that, fuck you. No, I'm kidding. We still want you as a listener.
It's like your apartment has a garage refrigerator as the main one.
Exactly. Yeah.
No shade.
Dude, for real. And the garage is always the coldest place in, I guess, part of your house.
That's true. Yeah, it's always like the one that like gets rejected from your mom and like has to go be damned out to the garage because it's like not bad enough to throw away.
Oh yeah, definitely. that has some hidden meaning for sure.
Those like some first world problems. Like I can't even. We didn't even have a like refrigerator in our garage. Like our garage was disconnected because I grew up in an old ass house, as I was saying.
Right.
Yeah, like what I was saying earlier about like growing up in like a really old house.
It's cozy.
Yeah, it's really
Isn't
cozy,
it?
and I used to like actually hide in the closets because they were like tunnels.
Oh, what?
Yeah, they were like super. They go back super far.
That's dope.
Yeah, so it was like they would go back like 5 or to like 10 feet.
Dang.
They're like skinny. They're like little rooms, and so
I kind of remember that. Yeah, from your place.
Yeah, my parents got so scared one time because I was like in the main closet, and I was not in the closet like that, but
No, that's not what I was saying. I was picturing you hiding behind these coats, like with your knees hiked up to like here, and then you have your hair over your face, and I thought you meant that's why they were creeped out.
No, they were freaked out because they thought I left. They thought I ran away. So they called the cops, and like the cops showed up, and like I was just like I came out of the closet like, hey.
Oh my gosh! Did you know that they had called the cops?
Well, they started like screaming and crying, you know, and like yelling, and then I started like to get really.
Was there a reason you were in there?
I was just like bored.
So you weren't mad at them?
No, I just like went in the closet.
And so you didn't think of coming out to check why they were crying and screaming?
No, because
that's hilarious. That is hilarious, dude. I mean, smart though, in a way. Imagine if they were crying and screaming because they were getting killed one by one. Someone came in there and started murdering them.
Yeah, I'm just in there hanging out with the winter coats, like
right. You're just
be me.
yeah, there you go, incognito.
Can't be bothered, just like hanging out with like the game of life and
And you know what, dude? I bet you if the killer did happen to walk up those stairs and open that closet door and see you, I bet he'd let you go. I bet he'd let you go because he's like, you know what? She's just playing the game of life. I get it.
The game of life.
I get it.
She's got 6 cars with like 8 children in each.
Right. Yeah, and you're like 8.
Yeah, that always happened to me when I played that game. I'd always be like, oh, you have like 1 million children. And I was like, okay, this game is not accurate.
Oh, I was literally speaking the game like life. Like,
oh, the game. I'm so like.
That's hilarious.
I'm so random. I'm so sorry.
No, but that's funny, dude. Did you play that game a lot?
Yeah, we played a lot of like goofy board games as like kids. Like,
right. Connect 4.
Yeah, or like Cranium. I don't know if you remember that one. Is that a game?
That was where you try to pick out the shit from the guy's head, right?
No, that's Operation.
Oh.
Cranium was like a really like. You had to like mold something with like clay, and then
I've played it. I know I've played it.
Like kids versions too. Like I think it's called like something Lagoon, like Balloon Lagoon. Balloon Lagoon. That was like my game, and it's like the song is like. Da, 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 da,
we'll put a picture.
da, 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 da. Yeah, and like I don't even remember the premise of the game, but basically we played that all the time. That and like the game of life, literally, and I would always end up with 1,000,000 children
Dang.
in cars, and I would be like, this sucks.
How does that happen? Like, I feel like I haven't played it in so
dice,
long.
And you just get unlucky.
Oh, so you don't get to choose the way your life goes in it?
No.
It's like you're just kind of fucked.
Yeah, you're just kind of fucked.
It's like an analogy for real life.
Yeah, it scared me. It really scared me.
I mean, okay, well, it's definitely not actually an analogy for real life. But
instead of children, I just have cats.
Could you imagine if someone lived their life by every day they'd roll those dice and see whatever it landed on, and that's kind of where they tried to project their energy towards that day, you know, to try to like what is
like the simulation but like less advanced.
Okay, yeah, yeah, way less advanced. So when you say the simulation, are you talking about the simulation theory?
Yeah, I was like referencing that lightly.
What do you believe in that?
I don't know. Like, I think it's kind of interesting to believe in, but
it is.
I don't know if it is, because I feel like my life is so like rough around the edges sometimes that like I'm like, there's no way this could be a computer simulation because this is way too granular.
But it's like people also say that when you say, what do you mean granular?
Like, it's just like so like detailed, and like life is just so like unexpected and detailed.
Right.
I'm like, there's no way like a computer could like make that happen.
Right.
And I guess it's like that's like the point of the theories. It's like out of our like current knowledge to like understand that.
Do you play video games at all?
Sometimes.
Have you played like just, you know, like a game that's like an open world game that's just really like been like, what the fuck? How did they make this so detailed? Like everything is just so
I've
like
seen my ex-boyfriend like play them.
Right. So like those kind of games, so like but like, you know, if we were in a simulation, I feel like that would be, you know, like it would be thousands of years from now, obviously, but like, what if I could see it in the future, like somehow getting so lifelike that it's insane.
Yeah.
Once they start, you know, really implementing the neurotechnology and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like kind of scary to think about.
It is.
Because it's like so out of my understanding.
Oh yeah.
Like, I just can't even imagine that, and like I have a pretty vivid imagination.
Right.
Like, and I just can't even begin to like think about that. Like, it's like down to like the scuff marks on your table.
Right.
It's just like
the little hairs.
So detailed.
Yeah, honestly. And yeah, even like when a cat shreds or needs a cardboard thing, the little cardboard's all over the place. Like, yeah, that is very strange. And well, do you believe in God?
Yes.
So, would you say that the simulation theory kind of counters?
Yes, I think I like thinking about like theories and different like, I don't know, like mind benders, just because it's like fun.
Right.
It's kind of like fun to like challenge your brain.
It's so fun. Yeah.
Like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm more of like a spiritual than religious person.
Like, what is spiritual? What does that mean?
Just like really like I try to be really introspective, and like I really care about like the planet and like, I don't know, other people, and I feel like everyone has like, I don't know, a soul.
Yeah.
And I like.
So you think when everyone dies, something does live on? Yeah,
I think so. But I don't know if that's like interdimensional or if that's like
energy.
Yeah, it's like.
But it makes sense though.
Like the conventional sense, you know, and like I know a lot of people would like disagree with me on that because they're like, energy is like that doesn't like align with like science.
No, it does though, because we're made up of energy. And so like there's this book, it's called I mentioned it on here before. I can't believe I'm forgetting it. But anyways, they combine quantum mechanics with Buddhism.
Okay.
And like the just kind of, you know, their logic of thinking. And if everything is like, you know, everything is made up of energy, including us. So if we die, wouldn't we just be recycled into that whole process? And that's kind of like reincarnation in a way, but on a grander scale, I would say.
That's like, yeah, that's a lot in one.
Right. But and it's also like and I feel like, you know, any theory or religion that is talking about, you know, death, like they want to go towards a thing where we continue. Yeah. But there always is you know, there's that chance we're fucked.
It's because
We're not fucked, we're
people
just
want
gone.
a lining of hope.
Right.
Because if you go through life just feeling like you're gonna be a candle that's like blown out at the end, like that's like so bleak.
Oh
in my
yeah.
opinion. And I know a lot of people like are like, that's not bleak, that's just how it is. But like my brain just doesn't function like that. Like I have to think there's something else.
Right,
you know?
right, yeah.
Not just like an explosion of a DMT trip and then I'm just like out like a light.
Oh yeah,
You know, like,
yeah.
It's just that just seems so like it's terrifying. I'll be honest, it's terrifying, and like it makes me like thinking that sometimes, like you know, when you just think like you're so small in this universe and all these things, like kind of have existential thoughts.
Right.
It like motivates me to like live my life more. Like I'm not living my life to my fullest because like I'm, you know, just sitting here in my apartment, and that's why 2020 I think has been so hard for me too.
You know what? You're not though. You're sitting here in the Jrod Pod.
That's true.
So you're already living.
Doing something, yeah, like doing something crazy today, and I feel like this is awesome and like such a. It's like a unique opportunity that I don't think like would have happened if like the series of events of this year happened. You know what I mean?
Do you think if
it's like a natural progression?
Do you think if you were in, you know, say you were in the same, like you were at work earlier, right? Say you were at work, right? And everything was kind of the same, but you know, asked you to come on the Jrod Pod, and if you were still with your boyfriend, do you think you would have said no?
I would have said yes, but I would have probably been like really hesitant about it.
Reserved.
Because like, yeah, I feel like I was a lot more like like reserved in the relationship. I was a lot more like of a homebody. Your sister is calling me.
Oh, well.
Should I like answer it?
Yeah, answer it.
Hello?
Hey, are you heading over soon?
We're in the middle of the podcast.
Yeah, you're really you're disrespecting my podcast, and it's quite embarrassing.
Okay, well, I'll leave you to that.
Yeah, I'll probably be over like.
And we're gonna put a very embarrassing picture of my sister right here just for this.
Yes, I was gonna say I'll probably head out like maybe in like 45 minutes to an hour, if that's cool. And then I was thinking we could like go get food, like just pick up some food.
Okay, that's fine. I actually just went to my hair and picked up a bottle of wine, so.
Oh,
Good.
That's awesome. I brought one too.
That's great, dude.
Oh, perfect.
We'll see ya.
Okay.
Alright, bye, dude. See you a bit.
Bye.
Fucking bitch. I'm kidding.
Alex is like a person who calls me rather than texts me first. And
Right.
I'm
Alex
like,
is my
for
sister.
that.
For
Yeah.
those of you that don't know.
That's how we're friends because of Alex and my brother.
Right.
I have known Alex since probably.
Shout out Christian.
Grade. Yeah, shout out to Christian.
I hope you're listening, brother. Hell yeah.
And Nick.
Me and Christian used to fucking fry salami on a what do you call it? You know, a fire pit. You know how they have the metal cage.
Oh really?
Yeah, we used to toss salami on that bitch and just fucking fry it. 5th grade, we were fucking chefs, dude.
My brother has been like a pyromaniac chef as long as I can remember.
That's where it started.
Yeah, were you guys like using the chimenea? Was that like that era?
No, this was before that. This was like when we used to play dinosaurs.
Oh,
we were young.
Wow.
Yeah, we were young
That's really
fucks.
interesting.
We were both hated by our teachers as well, so we were just like outcasts in terms of like getting the support from teachers.
Yeah, I remember that.
Mrs. McDougal, fuck you. All right.
Yeah, honestly, she's insane. I have so many crazy stories about just her.
For those of you that don't know, Mrs. McDougal, and I hope you're listening, bitch. Mrs. McDougal, she was very rude. She was the first teacher that ever actually didn't like me, and we spoke about this before on the Jrod Pod, but we've never named her, and now here it comes. She was so horrible to me. She never let me sit in the special chair. She never let Christian sit in the special chair, just to be a bitch.
She was, I think, like she didn't like men.
Yeah,
like she had.
That's what I thought. Like, yeah, I like after reflecting on it, that's what I thought. Like, I think she just didn't like someone. She liked she liked the people that were like, I don't know, just like not friendly with other people. Not that they weren't friendly, but just like, I don't know, guys. I'm speaking of guys, like guys that weren't like friends with like people. I felt like she liked.
Okay. way.
I felt like she liked the other kids, or maybe she just hated me, and that's just what I chose to pick out.
My brother was definitely in that group of people she didn't like. I just can't remember a specific story. Sorry, Christian, I'm really dropping the ball here. But I'm sure I'm gonna ask him at Christmas now when I see him when he comes back out here.
Hell yeah, we need to get him on the podcast. He lives in. Where's he live?
He lives in
Colorado.
Denver.
Colorado, right?
Yeah, with his
I knew it.
girlfriend.
Hell yeah, dude.
I just visited them actually. I know that's bad in the pandemic, but
No.
I was going through a rough time. I had to go see my brother.
You're here now.
Yeah.
So
I'm fine. I like tested negative for COVID and all that stuff, so we're all good there. But
I didn't.
Oh no. Yeah, I saw him and he was really good, and like him and his girlfriend live in this like really sick condo that's like 2 stories, and he has a terrarium.
What
with,
the
like, 11
fuck?
Tree frogs.
What's he do? What is he doing up there?
I think he works in like a snowboarding.
Yes, that's so dope. That's exactly what I would think. Like I was gonna say how like he must be balling at snowboarding right now.
He's really good, and he always posts on his Snapchat. I'm sure you probably see it. If you aren't added on there, I should add you. But like he always like posts like Pow Day, which is like the powder, on the mountain.
Powdered snow?
Yeah, like powdered snow.
Is it so it's not cold?
It's like cold in the mountains, but it's like warm and sunny like down in like
Oh, I gotcha.
The regular land.
So you can snowboard without like a heavy jacket.
Yeah, you can just like snowboard in a hoodie.
Right.
If you wanted.
That was a dope thing to do back in ski club.
I bet.
But man, if you fell, you were fucked. You were freezing for the rest of the day.
Yeah, I bet your skin probably like was bright red.
Oh, one time I had a snowboard and I was trying to like lock the things in like 6th grade, and it just flew down the backside of Mount Brighton. And I was running after it. I fell, tripped, fucking. It was so embarrassing. I remember there was this girl there too that I really liked, and I'll never forget. She was wearing these polka dot. What do you call those pants?
Snow pants.
Yeah, snow pants. She was wearing those polka dotted snow pants, and I remember like looking back. I'm running after my snowboard, and it was so like pathetic. I was like, ah. And I go for it. I couldn't find it. I lost it until the end.
Literally, it couldn't be me. I'm like in the lodge, like.
Yeah.
Drinking my coffee and like in my sweater with like my mittens, like I like I snowboard, but like I don't because I don't have any depth perception when it comes to heights. So.
Did you go to ski club?
No, I didn't ski club. I just like didn't do ski club or anything.
But did you snowboard?
No, I've never done it.
Did you ever ski?
Nope.
Would you ever?
I have no depth perception for height, so no.
What do you mean like?
So I was born in Russia, you know that, and I had this condition called strabismus where it's like, I think that's how you pronounce it, I probably screwed it up, but it's like basically where you become cross-eyed at a really young age.
Oh man.
And then
are you cross-eyed right now?
No. 3.
Okay.
You confused me for a second. No, if I was cross-eyed, I'd look like that.
Oh, so, but like, do I look cross-eyed when I do this?
I mean, a little bit. You look like you have a lazy eye.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I always thought it looked normal, but like, it just made me look like blind. It made me feel blind.
Look like you're just looking at something else. Like that's
right,
like
but that's what I thought like cross-eyed was.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Cross-eyed is like legit, like X and X's. Okay.
Yeah, like you can't see at all, and so when they corrected my vision, like I basically had to get surgery where they
that's
cut
insane.
open my eyes.
How they can do that?
Yeah, and they cut muscles in my left eye. I'm
Dang.
more in my left eye than my right eye, so my left eye is like permanently at 20/50 or worse.
Whoa.
And then my right eye is like 20/20 or 20/30.
Jeez.
Yeah, and so they like then like sewed my eyes back up. That's why they're like a little lopsided. I don't know if you can tell. This one's more open than this one.
I would have never noticed. That's great.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll put a video of the whole surgery.
Yeah, if
right,
you want to
right
see that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I've never even looked it up. I'm too scared. But
Do you actually have it?
No.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine?
Oh my gosh.
That'd be so weird and creepy if your parents did that.
My parents just like have a video of like basically my skin off my eyes off. Like,
Your mom's like, Emily, come look at this, and she like brings down like this on an iPad like a video of it.
That would happen. My parents literally, I'm scarred for life. Like no joke. My parents used to make us watch Discovery Health. Like,
oh
we had cable
no,
on vacation because we didn't have cable normally, except for this one year where Comcast accidentally connected it, and then we like had the best year of our lives until like we realized.
Discovery Health.
Yeah, we watched Discovery.
Never even heard of that.
Hotel room. Yeah, and it was like they showed like live surgery shit, and there was this one surgery they did where they like took someone's brain, like they were doing a brain surgery, and like when they do brain surgery, they have to like stimulate parts of the brain to make sure it's still working.
Right.
And so like they'll be like, okay, like count backwards from 10, and the person's like counting backwards, and they're like poking their brain, and they're like screwing it up because they're hitting the language center.
Jeez. So
yeah, and that like scared me as like an 8-year-old.
So remind me why your mom made you watch this.
Oh, it was because it was educational.
Yeah. How old were you?
I was like maybe 7 or 8.
That's like horror movie shit at that age.
Yeah, and they were like this lady like is a really good singer, and so she like singing, and then she'd be like, like,
while she's doing it.
Yeah, and they're like yeah, they'd be like, please sing for us, and she's like singing, and then they're like stimulating.
Dude, that's
the language
creepy.
center, and she's like la la like she's like screwing it up, and I'm like, oh my god, like I'm like literally 8 years old, and this is like it's mom. Like,
have you ever brought that up to her after that? Like since then?
And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh,
like,
classic tries to deny it.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, okay,
classic
you can't
mom.
even deny that because that's like an ingrained memory in my brain. Is that?
Yeah, I feel that.
Or TV show, whatever you want to call it. They like, I mean, the same thing with like TLC, right? It was always like my dad called it like a modern day freak show. Because,
TLC.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they got some weird shit on there.
Yeah, like my dad's like they're making fun of all these poor people with all these horrible health conditions. I'm like you're objectively right, but it's entertaining.
Yeah, facts,
I'm sorry,
dude.
That's horrible.
No, but I mean, like on Snapchat they have that too. Like,
Yes.
born. What is it? Born with, or something like that. Born with.
Be like born with 3 eyes. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
She's like looking like just totally like
Fucked.
Like, crackhead
Mike
at the
Wazowski
camera.
or fucking
Yeah,
Monsters
like,
Inc. shit.
They caught it like on like a certain like shot of her just like looking terrible, and you like look at the video and you're like, oh, she doesn't look that bad for someone who has like a third eye.
Right. And then you'll see the people that like, oh, this is actually really sad. The people that have the elephantitis or whatever.
Oh god, that's horrible. Yes, that's what I'm referring to. Like,
Yeah.
They started with that on TLC, and it was such a hit. I think this is me like guessing, but
No, you're probably right. I feel like that's like popular.
They started with the Elephant Man.
Yeah, the
And
Elephant
then it was
Man.
like, oh, this is
Sounds like a horror movie, to be honest. Not to be a dick, but it kind of sounds like a horror movie. The Elephant Man.
The Elephant Man. Yeah, and it was like this guy, and he just like looked like a tree, and he just like looked like.
Oh, that's a different disease.
Is that a different one?
Yeah, I've looked into a lot of these.
Oh my
That one, your skin slowly like develops into almost tree bark.
Bro,
Isn't that weird?
Actually, like,
dude, it's dude, for real. Or I would just, you know what? I would just go into the Amazon rainforest and I'd spread my arms and I would just grow, and then I'd become
true form.
Yeah, I'd become a spirit tree, and then when people walk by, I'd be like, hey, you know, just freak them the fuck out. And then I'd mold back in. Like, you ever seen that Pirates of the Caribbean? Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Ew, how gross. That they did such a good job of making those people from what's his name, Davy Jones' locker. But what is that guy's name? Like the bad guy with the tentacles.
Isn't that literally Davy Jones?
Is that what they called him?
I don't know. I remember being surprised because I think I was surprised because his name was just Davy Jones.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. We'll just for the sake of time.
I know what I'm talking about, and I know there's
no, but everyone knows who we're talking about.
Fans that are like, you're actually dumb.
Yeah. Well, fuck those nerds. All right. But yeah, no, like they did such a good job of like making it so gross, like with like little holes in the people's skin and stuff.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and
what's that called?
When you have a fear of holes, yeah, it's funny because I went down a loophole of that, and I became very phobic of that. It's something phobic.
Trypophobia.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That's right. Triphobia.
Is it trypophobia or triphobia?
I don't
know, but it's.
If we had an intern, we could have them look that up.
Yes.
So if you're looking for a position that I'm not going to pay you, but trust me, you'll have fun.
If you're looking to gag uncontrollably, look that up on Google.
Oh my gosh.
It's actually so gross.
When they have little faces coming out of the holes.
Stop. I'm literally getting chills down my spine. That's so nasty.
Like, yeah, it's like honeycombs.
Oh, I literally can't look at people eating honeycombs because of that.
Really?
All these little
even honeycombs?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, you really do have it. Yeah.
You know what else freaks me out is teeth.
Teeth are weird.
Teeth
yeah.
gross me out. Teeth roots, let them like all like spindly.
Ooh.
fucking gums.
Aren't they bones? Are teeth bones or no?
Well, there's like bone underneath your teeth. Like teeth, I guess, are technically bones.
So it's basically a coating for your actual bone of a tooth.
Yeah, it's like really like your teeth are like embedded in your gums, you know, and there's like a bone underneath like your jawbone.
Right.
And like that's where your teeth like I think form outside of that.
Okay.
But they're like in the gum layer, you know what I mean? That's why they can fall out. They're not like attached at the bone.
Right.
People like wouldn't lose teeth.
That's the worst. Like thinking of like torture methods. A torture method that would suck is having someone take a knife and wedging it up in like where your tooth meets the gum, and then like popping it out from the root. Stop. I don't know why I always think that would be so shitty. But the worst torture method that I've thought of, at least in my opinion, that I mean, I'm sure there's a lot worse, but like off the top, like being so you're butt naked, they strip you, and then they put you into a metal box, and then they slowly heat the metal box up.
Oh, stop!
Wouldn't that be horrible?
Stop! I was gonna say thumb screws.
Thumb screws would suck.
That's
getting thumb screwed while the metal box is heating up.
I can't.
Oh my god.
I can't imagine that, and I don't want to imagine that anymore.
Sometimes we get dark.
No depth perception. No, I like can't see height very well. Like if anything, my like whole body like freezes up.
Right.
Up in heights. Like when I was in Colorado, like a couple weeks ago, I like got up on this place called Loveland's Pass. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Loveland Pass. And we like had to climb this like skinny little staircase that was like embedded in the rock and like get up and look at this like cliff.
Right.
That took a lot to get out. And we look down this slope and there's just like pine trees and snow and it's like really beautiful, but like man, are you high up off the ground? You know?
Yeah.
And it's like not even that high up off the ground, like compared to people who are used to doing that. But like I have no depth perception, so I literally had to get onto the ground and like hold like.
So do you not see the angle going
my
down?
Vision blacks out.
Yeah. Okay. So like, have you ever rode the dragster at Cedar Point?
No, but I've done the Millennium Force.
That's scary as fuck.
Yeah,
so,
I literally remember I had my eyes closed, like up that like the. Like,
that's the scariest part. Yeah.
And my friend's like, "Oh my god, look, a lake!" And I look, and I like, cause I had my eyes closed. I literally look, and I'm like, "Oh no!" Like my vision just blacked out. Like I can't.
What? See. That's nuts, dude.
Like, it's like this. Oh, I have a picture of it actually. Let me show you. And I guess I'll send it to you so other people can.
Yeah,
see.
We'll put it right here.
But it's like I found online because I was trying to explain this to my parents. Like when I was in Colorado, well, because they're like, how are you going to handle the mountains when you're in Colorado?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, it's, it's not like I'm blind. It's just like this. Like if you're stepping down from something short, do you see how it's like blurry?
Yeah.
But like if you.
How far down is that?
That's
from like there to there?
Yeah, like this would be like stepping on a log.
Oh, and that.
See, it's like blurred out.
Wait, how'd you do that? How'd you get it to match your vision?
This isn't mine. I found this picture.
Oh, and that's what it looks like, though?
Yeah.
That's wow.
That's like an imitation of what it looks like.
Dang, that's fucking creepy.
Yeah, but imagine that, but like way blurrier, and then it like actually blacks out.
I don't know why, but that just reminds me of a bunch of worms.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what I always think of. Like, I always think of like weird little shit like that. Like at night, I'll be laying there, and then I always feel like, have you ever woken up with a spider on you?
No.
Okay, so listen to this. Think about this. 9th grade. I'm a freshman in high school. Just got prescribed Adderall. Tweaking dick. Because I had no idea, like, what the fuck this thing... I did not know. I am tweaking balls off this shit. And it's about 1 a.m. I'm in my room. It's already mint clean because, I had so much extra time. Mint clean. And I'm laying in bed and I'm like, all right, time to go to bed. And I close my eyes. And I'm just tossing and turning all night, right?
Yeah.
And for some reason, like, it was almost as if I thought it into reality. I kept thinking, fuck, I clean this place. There shouldn't be any bugs. For some reason, my mind fixated on that. Of course, wouldn't you know it, I'm laying there and I'm about to fall asleep, which is, I was so happy too. I remember thinking like, yes, I'm like really tired now because I thought I was not going to sleep. And if you've taken Adderall, you know what I mean.
God, I'm like so dumb. I'm like, like I'm like I can relate, but yeah, I know what you're talking
about. Yeah. And so then all of a sudden I feel a tickle on my mouth, right on my lips, and I'm like, I'm like, oh, what the fuck? And I go like this, and my hand didn't hit my lips because there was a spider like that big, not allowing me to like hit it. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I do that, turn on the light, I see the spider, and then I go to hit it, but I'm on my bed, so it's like soft area, you know? But I was like, I tried to find something to hit it with, but like I was too late. I lost it. I was like, oh my gosh, now this thing is in my room. I can't go to bed if I don't kill this thing. I couldn't find it, so I go downstairs and I grab a thing of Raid. I used the entire bottle in my room, and then I shut the door. I'm just laying in my bed, a small little room in my bed with, there's still probably that spider lurking around in there.
Wait, was it real?
Oh yeah, it was.
I thought it was a hallucination.
No, I wasn't hallucinating. No, it was. That's why I was like tweaking dick. I was like, oh my gosh, it was real. Like,
yeah, you had me convinced it was a hallucination.
oh no, it was no. There's no punchline except for I was probably just laying in fumes of Raid. Yeah, so probably knocked off a few years,
Yeah,
but but I guess that's the punchline. Death.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. And I would have opened the windowsill, but I think that's how the spiders were getting in. So I was like, fuck this, you know.
God.
But yeah, man. Yeah, when you first get prescribed Adderall, if you don't know what you're doing with it, you're gonna have a few tweaky months.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, so be careful, kids. But good thing my listener, oh gosh, I don't mean to keep hitting this. Good thing my listener age level has gone up. It was 18 to 22, and now it's 23 to 27, I believe.
Oh, really?
So,
cool.
Jrod Pod, getting more mature. Yeah.
25.
Well, there you go, dude. Yeah, and you're actually, yeah, you're the only guest that is 20. That you're the oldest guest I've had.
Really?
Yeah, and I didn't want to say. Yeah, I felt weird saying that almost, but you're not old like to the point where it would offend you. But for some reason, it's just like so ingrained into society. Yeah. Yeah, like it just feels weird.
I guess I'm the only female guest.
That is true. So yeah.
That's pretty honorable.
We're gonna get some great views, guys, and I appreciate your feedback. And please like and subscribe. But also, let's move on.
Yeah, like and subscribe, bitches.
Right? Have you ever heard of the Dinka tribe?
No.
All right, so there are these. I think it's in Africa, or it might be on an island, but they dye their hair orange, right? But they don't do it in a normal way. They use cow piss to dye their hair. They sit under a cow.
No, they don't.
I swear on my life. Put a video. They sit under a cow and then they like shower, basically. It's an ancient ritual performed by the elders. But the question is, are we gonna just keep letting them do this? You know, like
We're gonna tell them about bleach.
as soon as we go, you know, someone goes in there like, oh, we'll install showers for you guys. You know, we'll get you some hair dye from Kroger. You know, whatever you need. And like, oh, okay. But then some social justice warrior, like way over the top, like to the point where she's just doing this because no one else is covering this thing. You know what I mean? And so she's trying to get some publicity.
Mm-hmm.
Or he. No, yeah, let's make it a he. And he's like, no. He runs in. He's like, no. You're disrupting this ancient tribe's ritual. It's very disrespectful. And then the people are like, the Dinka tribe are like, no. We want this. We want, you know, good hygiene, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
But the guy insists. He's like, no, trust me. You don't know what you're talking about. We're going to install these showers anyways. Okay. Or we're going to get rid of these showers that these nice people, Jrod Pod Productions, install for you guys. And then, you know, like that's the kind of shit that can happen though. Like if someone goes too far with something that like, and I bet you that person, and this is completely hypothetical people, but there's people crazy enough to where they just want to get attention, you know, like to make it seem like they're doing something good.
Oh, they're social justice warriors. Okay.
But they're not all of them though. But that's the thing. Like that's why I feel weird saying that, because it's not also like there are people that are, you know, doing good things, but there's also people that are just trying to get fucking publicity.
It's like, okay, I think I like know what you're talking about. Like
I explained that so bad, but yeah.
It's like the people who, and I know I'm gonna offend some people.
No, we're all about that here.
People that post on Facebook and they go to Africa on mission trips to take pictures with the kids.
Yes.
And then they go home and they continue their lives like and nothing ever changed.
Right.
And that is what makes me so mad. And they call it like Savior Barbie syndrome.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I think so. It's like
damn.
Savior Barbie. And that is like the
and they live
pinnacle of what makes me angry on Facebook.
Do they live with those people like for a little bit? Or?
Yeah, they'll like work on like some project in Africa or like work on like building an orphanage or like I don't know, like a well.
Right.
Or like I don't know, they go, it's just like you don't really know what they do, right? Because they just go around parading, taking pictures, and then they leave.
It's probably just like, there's probably like
there's like a mission.
A group of construction people, though.
They like do songs and sing about Jesus.
Right. They're the face of it, but the people that are actually doing the work is a construction company digging the well.
Yeah, probably.
And they're just like running around acting like they're doing it.
But they all raise money to hire the construction company and
okay.
Sing Kumbaya in a circle and clap.
Oh.
And take pictures and post it on Facebook and be Savior Barbies. Like,
right.
It's like it's so wrong. You're like, why even bother going?
Oh yeah.
You're not gonna
They don't want you there.
There's so many more ways that you can make a difference in your local community rather than like flying yourself out to Africa, like using up first of all that carbon.
Yeah.
You know, like,
yeah.
All these carbon emissions of like going to a place and then it's just like
it's just like
what?
People
would argue with me and say like it's because they're like trying to save them and like their souls. I don't know. That's like a whole other thing.
But. Yeah, and it's also like, get the fuck out of here. Like these people, what if they feel like your souls need to be saved? you know,
it's just like messed up. It's like what's wrong with like classism in this world?
Yeah.
It's like the white people come in and they like make the black people happy and then they fly back and they don't care.
Right.
Like it just doesn't feel right.
Right. And we're very happy to say on the Jrod Pod that our most highest new listeners are coming from Mexico. So thank you very much, my fellow Mexicans. All right.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
So cool.
I just want to toss it in there. Because here on the Jrod Pod, I guess we're getting a little Hispanic vibe going, huh? Hell yeah. But yeah, dude, and also like those same people that are doing that are going over there and stuff. What do they do? I honestly have no idea. Do you?
I think they sing songs.
Yeah.
Talk about Jesus.
Do they give them food?
I assume so. I mean, they have to raise a lot of money to go over there individually,
For the plane tickets?
The plane tickets and, like, the donations and stuff.
Right.
And it's just...
And it's sketchy.
Some people have gone over there, and they've done great things, Like,
yeah.
I know people who've, like, I don't know, like, they've had a really good experience with that. But, like, There's a lot of people who do it for the wrong reasons.
Right.
And that's, like... what makes me angry.
Right.
It's just like, it's like a photo op.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be a photo op.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. All right.
Okay. Well, you're doing the thing. That's so funny. I was like, wait a minute.
The thing. Yeah, it's going to become a normal thing here on the Jrod Pod. We're going to fuck with the mics.
Yes. I was like, whoop. But yeah, it's just like.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
I sound like I don't know what I'm talking about because I'm rambling, but.
I mean, that's what we do here. We're just about rambling. Jrod Pod just rambles. But it's almost been an hour, but we still have 2 more topics to cover, so we'll get into them real quick, okay?
Okay.
So, for TikTok, now, I was thinking, when you were in high school, wasn't Tumblr kind of the cringy thing, like cringy TikTok in a way, in terms of like relationships? Have you seen the videos of the people on TikTok? They'll be doing the dance, and then say the guy messes up and he runs out of like, he'll laugh and like run out of view of the camera and the girl's still like doing it. And then he runs back around, he like makes a loop and then puts his arm like kind of around her neck and then like kisses her on the forehead or something like that.
I think that's a really niche thing that you're talking about because I have no idea.
Oh my gosh, dude. Okay, so do you know who the big people on TikTok are?
Charlie D'Amelio.
Or like the
Bryce Hall.
Yeah, Bryce Hall. What is his TikTok house name? You know how there's that big group.
Hype House.
The hype, is that what it is? Yeah, the Hype House or something like that.
I don't know a lot about it.
Yeah, I saw something like that though. But that's like, Wouldn't you say that's kind of comparable to what Tumblr kind of was?
A little bit. I would say it's closer to like Vine, and then if you want to like compare it out further, I'd say like maybe like Twitter.
I guess in different aspects, in the way it's formatted and everything, definitely Vine, 100%. The way it's distributed, everything
Like
about it,
viral shit.
right?
Like
But like the
immediate
some of the
viral.
content is very
It's
Tumblr-esque.
very, yeah. I think it depends on like which TikTok you're on.
Right,
Which
right.
TikTok you're on. You know, like the talk.
The ones that the younger kids are gravitating towards.
Yeah, it's like the cheesy relationship stuff. Like I've seen some of it. There's also like, I don't know. There's like subgenres on there.
And it's kind of
Get really specific. It's kind of scary.
yeah, yeah. Have you ever watch your mom's house podcast?
No, I don't.
So it's hilarious, and they always show like they have this segment where they just show the weirdest TikToks, and there are people on TikTok that are like absolutely fucking freaks. Like there's this one guy. Oh, there's this one guy. He's this old guy. I forget what his name is, but he has a tattoo that says, and he's old. He's like an old man, and he has a tattoo on him that says like property of, and then some lady, and then he has this collar on, and then
Oh no! I see where this is going. I thought you were gonna.
no, it's very strange. The lady's not even a part of these TikToks. It's just him. And then he he took this bowl of fries, right?
Okay.
And then he proceeded to take a shit on the fries. And then
No.
I swear on my life. And then he took some cheese and like covered it. And it looked, I'm not kidding, like coney fries. And it was so nasty. And we'll put a picture right here. But yeah, it was disgusting. But so you got people on TikTok doing,
Wait,
anything
how is
from
that allowed
everything.
on TikTok?
You gotta find, it's a probably a dark side of TikTok.
I do not want to go on that side. I'd rather stay with the corporate talk.
Yeah, that's
games.
what they call the cool guy club. Like on that podcast, they say whenever someone does some weird shit, they're like they have this little button they click, and we actually have a soundboard here for Jrod Pod now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but I don't have it pulled up, which is upsetting. But yeah,
We'll have to do that next time.
yeah, next time for sure.
That's really like gross, and I'm like shocked they even allow that on their platform when they like take off things for like being LGBT.
Oh yeah,
You know?
yeah, it's
What?
yeah, that it's fucking weird. Yeah, that should definitely be off of TikTok. No one needs to see that.
Yeah, literally no one needs to see that. It's like
There's also videos of people bathing in feces, like weird shit. And I see this all on your mom's house. I don't look this up, just so you guys know.
I was gonna say,
yeah. It's a certain podcast.
it's like 2020 version of Two Girls One Cup. You know?
Right.
Like, there wasn't like a 10-year gap between every video. It's like you get 10 videos.
Yeah.
You at once.
It's become like normal. It's become like normal, like Two Girls One Cup, like at least for like
No.
funny podcast to make, because like people like that shock value, you know what I mean? So they liked, like if you're with a friend and you're watching one of those videos and the other kid's like gonna throw up, it's like makes you laugh, you know what I mean? And it's a weird thing that you guys share. It's like, this is fucked up, but he feels sick and that's making me
I
laugh.
think that's like more of a guy thing.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I think my ex-boyfriend used to like do that with his friends a lot. Like they would like have these really like they had a lot of Garfield memes. I don't know if you're like familiar.
Yeah, the cat.
Yeah, the Garfield like I'm sorry, John memes. Like
Yeah, he's
really
cute.
Gross.
Oh.
No, it's like a subgenre of meme.
Oh no, it's probably
Oh my
creepy.
gosh. It's so creepy. I highly recommend you look them up.
I'll look them up. We'll actually put a picture of one right here.
They like send it's like these really gross like drawings of like Garfield, and it's just like
Gosh,
yeah, I don't know.
like who the fuck does this? You know what I mean? Who's the person behind like, oh, I'm gonna draw a sick fucking picture of Garfield.
I used to do that with like teachers.
Oh well, that's
Like,
different
I
though.
use my artistic abilities for evil and not good sometimes in school.
Right.
I definitely like drew like my chem teacher with like tentacles and like
Oh hell yeah,
and like just
classic Calvin and Hobbes shit right
I,
there.
like drew like my geometry teacher as like a centaur. She had like a horse face.
Oh, centaur. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
I was kind of like, I don't know, like a weird kid in school.
Oh yeah,
you know?
dude. Yeah, I was a pretty weird kid
Everyone didn't
too.
understand me. I feel like I had to hit my like mid-20s to like finally like allow myself to be myself.
Feel
know?
your voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like find my like just embrace my vibrance.
Yeah.
Person, you know, like I'm just like a really big weirdo, and like I have this weird sense of humor, and like I'm kind of goofy.
And that,
like,
yeah.
I don't know, like chaotic.
But that's why you were a great guest on Jrod Pod, you know?
Yeah.
And before we close out, I want you to tell us one of your famous, most crazy Tinder date stories.
Okay. Let's see. Can I tell two?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So the first one is actually like, I don't know if anyone listening has ever heard of this, but it was actually Tinder before it was Tinder. It was Hot or Not, and I don't know if they're related. They might be totally different like, apps.
That'd be crazy.
Hot or Not, and I saw it on Twitter actually, back in like 2014 when I was in college because I was a freshman in college, and I like download it, and I thought it was just a rating app, like people like give you a thumbs up or down if they think you're hot. And so then I thought I averaged it, and I was like, oh, yeah, if I average, like, 54%, like, that's pretty good, you know? And I'm like, not even giving myself a passing score, like...
Oh, wait, how did it... So it's like a percentage thing?
Yeah, it'd be like, the percentage of people... you know, like, in Instagram stories, where you can, like, hit yes or no?
Yeah.
It would be like that. And then you get the score, like, you know what...
Wait, actually, I don't know. I just said that because I was coughing and I wanted to avoid me coughing in the mic.
Okay, so when you do a poll on Instagram stories, like you can hit like, do you like pumpkin spice? And then you do like yes or no. And when you click on the like yes, it'll show you how many people clicked on yes.
Right.
In a percentage. And that's what it would do for this app. And so I thought like I only saw the score, you know, and like I didn't even get a score because it wasn't that. That's just how they advertise it. It was actually like Tinder. So you get someone with a thumbs up, and then you match with them.
Right.
And of course, like I'm an idiot, and I don't just like uninstall it. I'm like, oh yeah, like let's go do some online dating. Like, like here we are. Like I guess we're here now.
Go on eHarmony.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, okay, it's like free eHarmony, but like trashier. And I'm in community college at the time because I did community college.
God, that'd be nuts if it was actually related to Tinder. That would be insane.
I want to say
that you were way ahead of it.
Yeah, it was like a couple years before.
Okay.
And I end up like matching with this guy, and like of course I'm like extremely like amused by like the fact I'm getting attention from anyone, because I just went through like K through 12 where like I literally had no attention from guys.
Really?
So I was like, oh my gosh, like wow, they must really like me. You know?
Yeah,
I must
yeah.
be really attractive to them, and like it really like jazzed me up. So I was like, I'm gonna meet up with them at a cafe. And so I go to this like the Schoolcraft Henry's Cafe, and I bring my like chem binder, my book that's in a binder, because apparently paying $185 doesn't get you a textbook with a cover.
What?
Yeah, you get loose leaf paper and you put it in a fucking
those are
binder.
the worst, and they always break. The pages always break out.
Like always rips apart.
Yeah.
Like, how do I just get a book?
Fucking school, dude.
How do I get a book? And then you like tear it because it's like the hooks of the little binder clips rip the paper. Whatever. So anyway, I'm like sitting there trying to like move my paper, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be like studying for chem when he shows up. So like,
oh my gosh, you had it all planned. That's hilarious.
And so I had my literal cup of coffee and like my like binder book, and I was just like,
is that how most girls do it? Like, is that like
studying?
Like no, like they plan like this is how I want to look.
Yeah, it's like maybe I just suffer from main character syndrome, but
what is that?
It's like where you think like your life is basically a movie.
Oh, yeah.
So you're kind of like disassociated with it, and you like try to do things that
no, I feel that.
Better.
Oh yeah.
Like I totally do that. But anyway, so I think it's probably just a phenomenon from watching like romantic movies growing up.
Yeah.
Like, oh, like I gotta look like the mysterious girl, like.
It's actually so like not correct.
Yeah, I know.
Those movies will fuck you off. Like they fucked me up so much. All right, go ahead.
Same. But he like comes up and he sits down, and we were talking like lightly about like, oh, like are you gonna like transfer? I'm like, yeah, probably in like a year, And then he starts talking about like partying, and I like had never really partied.
Right.
I think like this was the year I started like going to occasional house parties or like even a
gotcha.
Club, and he was like, so do you drink a lot? I'm like, no. He's like, so you smoke a lot of like weed?
Oh
like,
god.
No,
a weirdo.
Weed, and then he's like so like, what do you do? And I'm like,
Oh my
just, like,
God.
work.
He said, what do you do?
Yeah, he literally said that, and I was just like, I just like work. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, go to school like I'm supposed to, and then
Yeah.
sleep.
Yeah.
Like, that's like my life.
Yeah, yeah.
Like eat, sleep, go to work. Like,
Right.
School, and then
What are you doing? Smoking fucking crystal meth outside?
Yeah, like, apparently. And then he's like, he starts like just like, oh, so like, would you be interested in like coming to any parties? We party like crazy at like me and my roommate's house.
That's what he was using. Like that was like his main thing.
Yeah, and there was like another guy I met up on the app that I had like almost a parallel conversation with. I don't know if it's just
he was also trying to get you by going like
to parties. Like,
dang,
so
that's
interesting because he goes to parties and like he pushes carts for Costco.
Isn't that weird? That's so weird how people are like, how like they'll use how partying is such like it's such a pleasure based thing that it's like enticing to people, and that will make them that would yeah it will be the deciding factor for a lot of things.
I mean, that's like why the kids on TikTok kind of stop partying.
It's very ignorant thinking in a way.
Yeah, it really is. It's like
unless you already know what you're doing and you're doing good, I guess, but I mean, but even then, I guess they wouldn't even base that. No one's gonna base their friendships off of that kind of shit.
That's true, yeah, and it's like that's definitely not why I'm gonna be attracted to you because you get drunk on the weekends, John.
Right, yeah. That's
I just said John because that's the names in my head, not you.
Yeah.
But I'm throwing shade, like Jerry.
Right.
Picking out names here, but yeah, like. So then we're sitting there, and I'm starting to get really uncomfortable, because I just like can't relate to this guy, and I start to get that feeling, and I don't know if you ever get on a date, like I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
And it's like that, like
yes.
It's like initial spark of it, and then it starts to grow, and it was like that initial like gut feeling that I never felt before because I'd never been on a bad date.
Right.
And I was like, oh God, I gotta get out of here.
Right.
Like, how do I make my exit? And I start like thinking like, okay, phone, like chemistry, and then he's like, so like. What do you think about like 3D printing technology?
Oh wow.
And I was like, I don't know, like it's cool, I guess, like print shit that like is 3D, like cool.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it, And he says like, well, I think it's gonna be the future of technology, like we're gonna print things more than just household items. He's like, you'll basically be able to shop on Amazon. I think Amazon was around 2014. You'll be able to like shop on Amazon, and then you can get it delivered directly to your house through your printer. And I was like, oh, okay, that's neat. Like, are you into that? Like, is that like what you're studying? He's like, no, I just like find them really interesting. And he's like, also,
what?
Like,
this guy's all over the place.
Yeah, I was just like sitting there, like I'm like sweating bullets. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh God, this is getting weird. And then he's like, yeah, I'm just like really into the idea that printers like will be able to like print like buildings and like cars and like houses. Like the house you live in could be like built by a printer, and then you order stuff off of this
I don't know.
printer. I'm like,
that'd be a big printer.
And he's like, and they won't even be able to. He's like, they're gonna print everything, including guns. And he looks at me dead in the eyes. And he goes, that would work.
Shut the fuck up. No, he didn't.
Yeah, he literally did, like verbatim. And I was like, oh.
Wait, say that again?
He goes, printers are not going to just be able to print basic household items. They're going to be able to print things like guns. That work.
Oh, God. Like what a creep, dude.
He literally made dead eye contact with me. Like
straight up shooter.
Right in the eyes. And I was like, I gotta go. Like,
oh,
I was like, oh my God. I started like panicking. Right. And I'm like, okay, well, actually, it's funny, and I'm like literally like going like this with my phone. I'm like lighting it up,
because you don't know what to do.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh wow, my phone's like blowing up right now. Like,
right.
Whoa. I'm like, I gotta go to like this group study session actually across the street, meaning I have to get in my car.
Oh so, man.
I gotta go right now for like this chemistry test I'm clearly studying for.
Did you seem nervous, do you think?
I think so, because he's like, okay, and I was like,
oh man.
Yeah, so then I just gotta pack this stuff up. It's so nice meeting you. We'll have to connect on Snapchat. And then I like,
That is so creepy, dude.
It was so weird.
That's fucking.
The vibe was so bad from this guy. Like, it wasn't like he was just being goofy about it.
I'm sure he was probably trying, like, maybe he's super into guns or something, and he thought maybe you'd be into guns.
Maybe.
Or he's just a school shooter or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows? Good thing you didn't find out.
Yeah, I don't want to be around him with drugs and alcohol.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine? You're fucking just chilling. He's like, remember how I said that thing about the 3D printers? And you're like, yeah. He's like, check this out. And he opens up this little drawer, and then he just like, you hear a ding, and a gun pops out. Oh man, that's how you know you're fucked.
Yeah, that's why I didn't go to any parties with him. I mean, other than the fact that he was like a raging douchebag.
Right. Yeah.
And then there's the other story that I was like thinking.
Was his name actually John?
No, it was something else.
Like
it was like
Gunthrick.
Maybe it was John. Maybe that's why I thought that. It was
Yeah,
some, like,
maybe.
subconscious memory.
It's a common name.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is.
It is.
Let's see. The other story I wanted to tell was this one that was like, oh my gosh, okay, can I tell like 2.1.5?
Yeah, dude. Go ahead.
There was this one guy.
You got all the time in the world.
And he takes me out to coffee in downtown Northville at Tuscan Cafe, shout out, where you can get a 99-cent coffee. Well, I don't think you can anymore, but you could at the time. And
It's legit.
he and I meet up there, and I walk downtown because my parents' house was super close. And this is actually, I think, after I downloaded the real Tinder.
Okay.
And
so this is like a few years after that, then.
Yes, like maybe a year or maybe 6 months.
Oh wow. Okay.
Maybe I met him on
Hot or Not.
It was called Hot or Not, and it was like a flame and like an ice cube. Like, I remember that. But
That's hilarious.
He he tells me he's like 5'9", and like that's fine, I guess, for most people. But I'm 5'8", and like I'm gonna know.
Yeah, I'm 5'9".
Yeah, and you like look 5'9" because you are, And
Yeah.
he's like definitely like 5'6.5".
Oh.
And I like didn't think that was a problem, like. I was like, okay, maybe I can make it work.
I thought you were gonna say he was like 6 foot or something.
No, he was definitely shorter than me.
Oh,
I was
okay.
wearing like little boots with like little heels, so it
Right,
was like
right.
more obvious because I was like 5'9", and I was like, oh, I can make this work. He's like a sweet guy, and like I like kissed him, but I had to lean down, and that was like, a little weird for me.
You just might have to get him a stepladder. No, I'm kidding.
What do you call those shoes that have like the heels?
Lifts, the ones with lifts.
Yeah.
I don't know, Timbos.
Yeah.
That's what I wear sometimes. I wear those.
But I like felt bad because I was so like turned off by that. But then he's like, oh, like I want to show you my car or whatever, and I was like, okay. So then we go back to like the parking lot, and his car, dude, it was like a little yellow car.
Like a slug bug?
No, it was like a little like. Oh, I wish I knew what kind of car it was. It was like a Honda Civic or something.
Okay.
Or like one of those types of cars,
Yeah.
And it was like bright yellow. And on the hood
worst color.
was this like horribly designed spider decal, but it took.
Oh no!
It was black, and
Gosh.
we approached the car, and I was like, "That's your car!" And I literally started laughing. I was like pointing and laughing, like, "Ha ha!"
Oh man!
That's so bad.
Poor guy, dude.
He was so.
What'd he say? Was he cool though?
Yeah, he was like nice about it, but I was just like.
He took it well.
Yeah, he did. I'm
That's
sure
good.
he's used to it.
Okay.
It was that bad.
Well, see. Okay, see, that's because he said I want to show you my car. So that's actually that's pretty funny.
I think he said that because he wanted to make out.
Oh, okay. But it would have been funny. It would have been funny if he was like, I want to show you my car, like, oh, look, check out my sweet ride. But then you show up and it's like fucking that.
I wish that was the case.
Yeah, that would have
been
been
funny.
That would have been so funny. Oh my gosh.
And so yeah, he never talked to me again.
Oh yeah, poor guy, man.
Laughed him out of Northville.
Oh, he went to Northville?
No, he was like from like some other surrounding city, like probably like Clinton Township or something.
Gotcha.
And I just like laughed him out of Northville.
Oh man, poor guy.
Car in the middle.
Jeez.
Like, I felt so bad because like I'm like, of course I would point and laugh. Like that's so. Rude.
Well, that's so weird. It's just like you weren't expecting that. It's just like what?
Not at all. So okay, this one is also about cars, but
okay,
in a different way. This is like one of the infamous ones, so buckle up.
All right, let's go.
I get picked up by this guy. Sorry, Mom. And He takes me to a hookah bar, and this was like in 2015 actually. And this was the reason why I deleted dating apps altogether for like actually a year after this. Well, I guess I met my next boyfriend through Alex actually, so I didn't have to download dating apps, but I didn't have them for a long time after this because I was terrified.
Yeah, that's creepy.
This guy picks me up, and we go to a hookah bar, and it was really popular to do that, you know, back then, and it was like back then, as in like 5 years ago. But
was he like Arab or something?
No, he was just a white guy.
Gotcha.
And he was like a cute guy, you know. Yeah. He was like a cute dude, and he like had a really cool personality. It was like really chill and stuff. And
it's back on.
Yeah, back.
Fuck the radiator.
The Requiem for a Dream fridge is back in action.
Oh man! If you guys don't listen to classical music or know any of that shit, fuck you.
I think I watched that the first time with Alex actually.
Oh really? Is that a movie?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
okay.
Like a movie where the fridge like comes alive because that person's like tweaking on.
Oh, that's hilarious. Because Requiem, like that whole thing you said,
yeah,
that's like Mozart.
Yep.
Yeah.
I knew that. It's really a good song. God, I sound so dumb. I'm like, it's really a good song.
No. Yeah. No. No one knows. No one fucking knows.
I'm trying to be correct, you know. Like I'm well read, okay.
No, you seem it. Like, don't, trust me, you're one of the smartest guests we've had on here.
Oh, thank you. That's
amazing.
I'm just representing us women.
Hell yeah.
But
hell yeah.
So this guy picks me up. We go to hookah and we're like talking. We're like hitting it off. You know, he's like gets like the special like booth with like the, you know, the hookah thing, and it's like the comfortable like couch with the pillows. You know, because they always like do like extravagant.
Right. It's like a circle.
Yeah, I like only smoked hookah like maybe 5 times in my life, but like this was like the most elaborate, and I felt so like bougie and like
yeah.
Oh yeah, like I'm like in the corner, like
yeah,
and like
just like seductively puffing on it. Ooh, look at me.
Who am I? Like,
yeah.
Like an orange head.
Did you have orange hair at the time?
No, like the orange like head.
Tobacco.
You know, this is like what you get for an extra like $2 or something.
Oh, okay.
Or like $5. Probably they're nickel and diming the crap out of white people. So.
I was gonna say you probably didn't look too mysterious if you had orange hair.
No, I wish I had orange hair. That'd be kind of cool.
It would have, because it was. Aren't hookah lounges like dark and
yeah, they're kind of like dimly lit. They're like lounges. Like think of like a lounge in your head in like kind of a caricature way.
I know exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's just like smoky and like everything's like
cigar lounge or something.
Yeah.
Neon purple, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Okay.
So anyway,
not a cigar lounge,
like, hitting it off, and like we get along so well, and you know, like we eventually like have to leave, you know, because it's like 2 a.m.
Right.
Jeez, I can't believe I'm telling this story.
Oh no, Jrod Pod audience it's a judgment-free zone.
I just mean more for like the people who know me who are gonna listen to this. This is so embarrassing. So
it's good. They'll love the vulnerability.
Okay. So this is a low moment. So then we are driving back to Northville. And Northville cops are notoriously evil.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone knows that they have a stick up their ass because they get paid way too much of the Northville like yearly budget. And they have nothing else to do because Northville's like a quiet little sleepy town where like nothing bad goes on past like 9:30.
Exactly.
At least like out in the road.
Right,
you know, like there's definitely messed up things that happen. But like, anyway, so we're driving back and he's like, all of a sudden there's cop lights. And he's like, don't freak out, but like, and this is back when like, you know, weed was illegal. He's like, I have a shitload of weed in the car, and I was just like,
and this is just a Tinder date.
Yes, this is a person I just met 3 hours ago.
And you guys went to dinner or cigar lounge, I mean.
Yeah, we just like went to the hookah bar because it was too late for a restaurant.
And that was it.
Literally, that's
okay.
It. And we like are driving back because he's gonna drop me off at home.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm thinking because like the next time we're gonna meet, I'll probably like go out there or something.
Right.
You know? Because, like, we hit it off so well. And then he's like, don't freak out, but I have a shitload of weed in the car right now. And I was like, okay. And, like, my mom...
Is that how you said it?
Yeah, I was like, okay. And he's like, seriously, don't freak out. I'm like, I mean, I won't.
Fuck.
And my mom's, like, in my head. You know what? Like, you know those scenes in movies that, like...
I've been in this
floating head that's, like, kind of, like see-through of, like, the parent or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
My friend has marijuana in the car.
Yeah.
We're both going to jail.
From the 70s show.
Yes. Yes, exactly. And it's like,
Put a clip.
my mom is totally like that. And it's like, I can just see her in my head, and I'm starting to like panic. I'm
Right.
like, oh my god, like I really hope that this is smoothly.
Oh
I
man.
got this, man. I'm already on probation from stealing.
Oh man.
So he stole from.
He didn't seem like this.
No, he seemed like.
Maybe he's
totally
just
normal.
made some mistakes. And
I don't know. That's why I was like, okay, maybe this is like weird like, circumstances, because my life is chaotic. And then the cop comes to the door or the window, and he's like, license and registration, please. And he's like, can you get it out of the glove box? And I'm like, yeah. And so I open the glove box, I give him the registration, I hand it to him. And like at this point, like in my life, I had like never done anything bad, basically. Right. And so I didn't recognize that there was actually a used pipe in the glove box, like in the top. You know how they usually have those little like cubbies?
Yeah.
Section.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, and it was like that, and it was sitting there, and I just like my brain didn't register it or anything.
Right.
It's like, oh man, that sucks. And the cop was like, so, you got anything else in the glove box there? And I like literally ripped it back open. And I was like, oh my god.
You said that?
Yeah.
Oh man. What happened next?
So then the cop was like, he's like, so you're gonna be honest about what you have? And the guy's like, that's literally all I have, sir. And he's like, and then the other like cop is like, you're gonna have to get out of the car, ma'am. Like, because he has like partner with him.
Did the cop see it?
Yeah, that's why he said like,
he could
anything else in the glove box?
Okay.
You could see it was like used, because it wasn't like cleaned out or anything.
Right.
Like, ashes in it. And so, like, the cop's like, you guys are gonna have to get out of the car now. I have like probable cause to search your vehicle.
Right.
And so they start like literally like ripping out.
There were two cops?
Yeah.
Okay.
There was one cop who was doing the search though. He starts like ripping out like the stuff out of this guy's car, and he found like it was like one of those really big pill bottles full of like weed, basically, like the really long ones, that you get like capsules for.
I know exactly.
Yeah, and he like finds that and like puts it on top of the car and like some other like paraphernalia or whatever. And I'm like standing with my back against the like cop car with this guy, and he's like, I'm sorry. Like, I was like literally like, screw you or something, because I was so scared. And
that's
it was, like,
hilarious.
Winter. It was like cold.
Yeah.
So I'm like freezing cold in my jacket, and
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's shitty.
Yeah, I walk up to like the cop, like partner guy, and he's like, standing there. I'm like, okay, like I just want to say like I don't know this guy. I was like, I literally have nothing in my purse. Like you can literally search my bag right now. I was like, I really am scared, and like I've never done drugs. I'm like, the most I've had is a sip of beer. I'm like freaking out. And the guy's like, oh no, like you're not getting arrested, sweetie. Do you want me to like?
Oh, what a guy.
He's like, oh no, you're fine. Like just hang tight for a minute, okay? And I'm like, okay. And I, stood. He's just like, get back against the cop car, just like for like the process. I'm like, okay. So I stood there and I'm like waiting. And then the guy's like, the other cop, the original cop, comes back. He's like, so do you know why I asked you to be honest? And the guy's like, no. And he's like, because I just found an ounce of hot marijuana in your car.
Oh
and
my
you're under
gosh.
arrest for the possession of marijuana.
What a douchebag.
And
he's like screaming.
And he like handcuffs him dramatically.
Gosh.
Like, it's just like.
What a fucking dick.
Yeah, and he's like, I can already see you're on probation for theft. Or like, what is it?
Still.
Yeah, like larceny.
Yeah like you're there too. Like, there's no need to be fucking.
Like,
the guy's not. Yeah, that's fucked up.
And then the other cop, the buddy, like could see. I think I was so terrified.
Right.
Like, there's body cam footage somewhere in the archives of Northville Police Station.
Oh
that
yeah.
Are, like of me just like actually crapping my pants at 3 a.m. on like a Thursday night. In 2015, but like,
oh my
like,
god,
do you want to get like next to the cop car? Like, I'll open the door so like the hot air blows on you while we're letting this like play out. And I'm like, yeah. And so then I stood there and I was like, just watching this guy get full on arrested and like his car like then get like written up to get him. Was he like
when the cop was like arresting him? Was he like being really aggressive?
Yeah, because he was like pissed because he like lied. If he just
but
like,
still
handed the cop all this stuff, like we probably would have gotten off.
You think so?
I've heard stories about
No.
You don't think so?
No way.
Okay.
Absolutely not, dude. They get paid every time they make a bust like that.
Really?
Oh, yeah. They gotta meet their quota, those motherfuckers.
I'm just like a dumb white chick that doesn't know anything about policing. And I'm like, well, it's legal now, so I guess I really don't know anything. But yeah, like, I was so scared, and the cop like had to drive me home, right? And so he's like, "You need to ride back," and I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "But can you like turn off the cop lights so like my parents don't find out? Because this
Oh,
is really
man.
embarrassing." And he's like, "Yeah, of course. But you just have to promise me one thing." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "That guy's not getting a second date." And I was like, "Hell no! I'm never talking to that guy again." But the funny thing is that they drop me off at home. I literally walk inside. I sit down and I look at a wall for like an hour until like 4 a.m. and then I get up silently and I go to bed, and I just like was just like trying to process that.
Whoa.
And then I got a text 2 weeks later, and he's like, "Hey, my buddy, you know, was like on a date with you and whatever, and now he's like in jail. You know,
Oh,
because
man.
he violated his probation because he had drugs on him.
What?
Now he's going back to court and stuff." He's like, "But anyway, you're like kind of hot. Do you want to go on a date?" I was like, "What?"
What the fuck? Oh my gosh, that is so weird, dude.
Yeah, and he sent me like selfies of himself, and he was like a solid 3 out of 10.
Well, of course.
You know
No
what I
one
mean?
else.
Outside of-
No one else in the. I mean, not saying that all crazy people are like, you know, weird as fuck looking, but like if they're willing to do that, they like, I don't know. It just says something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I still like follow that guy on my Spotify because like I just find him like the original guy. Like, the dude
Right,
guy.
right.
But
Like that's so fucked up. His friend just gets busted, and then he
Yeah.
like fucking is trying to hit you
trying
up.
to slide into my like actual DMs and be like, "Hey, so like I know my friend's like in jail right now, but like you wanna go on a date?"
Yeah, what a douche. But also, what a douche cop. That whole situation is really messed up.
Yeah, and I like was like, okay, that like is going to the grave with me. Like my parents can't.
They
find
never
out.
found out?
No.
Dang, that's nuts.
Yeah, I know.
Nice.
So now they really
Hell
can't
yeah.
listen to this unless they're gonna now find out.
That'd be crazy. I mean, they'd have to listen to the whole thing.
That's true.
But I am going to make clips. So.
That's true.
But you're older, you know.
Yeah, I guess like I have like past that like 5-year mark.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm in the clear. Like I can't get in trouble anymore. I like live alone.
Yeah, I mean, dude, 5 years ago, like, that's, yeah.
I finally confessed to my parents that like my
You were in high school?
No, I was in college. I was
You were,
young,
yeah, but like early in college, so like, that just sounds fucked.
I like finally confessed to my parents that my ex and I met online because they thought we met in a class that was like, a
Right.
semester apart.
Right.
So I was like, that's like the closest thing we could get to a truth.
Do they care that you?
No. Well, they don't care now, but I told them I was literally at a restaurant with them. This is like after we had broken up, like I think the next weekend after, and they're like, you know, like we wouldn't have been mad, and I'm like, yeah, you would have. I said you would have said I wasn't focusing on school, and they're like,
Right.
yeah, you're probably right. And that was like the most self-aware I think my parents had been about like their own
Dang.
behavior ever. So
Hell
our
yeah.
relationship's improving, to say the least.
Yeah, I feel like that happens when you grow up. And that's a lesson for all you Jrod Podians. And this has been a wonderful podcast, Emily. Thank you so much for coming on, dude.
Thank you so
I
much
really
for
appreciate
having me.
it.
This has been the best experience ever. I hope we can do this again.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm sure you'll be a favorite guest and a recurring guest as well.
Yay. Okay, thank you, everybody.
All right. Peace out.
Thank you.